Hello, Jonas.
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys. Jouni from Nokia joined.
Hello, Uni.
Hi, Matthew. Hi, Jonas.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Carol.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Guillermo.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Mathieu or Samuel, could you please promote me as a presenter?
You should
Oh, you
be.
did already.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I start sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's wait another minute to see if someone else will join. Hi, Yaril.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. Okay, I think we can start. Well, from the participant, from the voting participant, I see TIM, Orange, Telefonica, Ericsson, and Nokia. So if needed, we have the quorum for a vote. And other participant, I see Canonical, SUSE, and the Linux Foundation. I remind that we are following the policies of Linux Foundation Europe, and the next TSC will be in 2 weeks on the 3rd of June. Moving to the general news, we will have two interesting presentation in the two following TSC. One on the 3rd of June, a presentation from Philippe and Sergey about the Sylva AI white paper that has been published a couple of weeks ago, I think, and with a good interest. And the idea is to have a presentation in the TSC trying to identify also the use cases that could be interesting for driving the roadmap of Sylva in the near future. So please, if you haven't yet had a look at this paper, have a look at it, and in the next TSC, we will be able to discuss it and see what we can use as a driver for the evolution of the roadmap of Sylva. I put in the chat the link to the white paper. While in the next TSC on the 17th of June, we will have a presentation from Workgroup 3 about the results of the security workshop, plus some UCS test cases. So also this will be a very interesting presentation. Regarding the governing board, we had the meeting last week. Not many discussion to be reported. The one interesting thing is a discussion on the possibility to have a support from the LabLaB initiative that could provide online laboratories to test Sylva or to provide training on Sylva deployment. I think that if this, we will find an agreement with the board and this lab, it will be an interesting tool to spread the information about how to use Sylva. I don't know if there are other things to be shared about the governing board, but I don't remember other items. Regarding the governance topics, we have the open topic about how to identify the developers that can be enabled to make commit on Sylva. I don't know, Yaril, if you have any update on this.
For the CLA?
Yes.
So I am meeting with our internal IT people to understand the relationship between the enforcement that we put in place on the LFX side with what is happening on the GitLab side. I know there were some concerns a couple of weeks ago regarding some contributors that were merging and did not have a CLA in place. So what we did was established or enabled a feature that would require anyone trying to merge a request to have a CLA. If they've already had a CLA in place, then it would go on as normal, but it would block if they did not. So I'm meeting with someone later today who works on the Esay CLA side to understand how that happened or why it's happening, or how we can still have that in place to prevent contributors from merging without the proper documentation, but not have this issue where everyone is being blocked. If it's easier, I know in Slack it was requested to have a list of the different repos. I can provide that list to the TSC so you all see what the repos are, or if you have the specific repos you want that enforcement to be implemented, then I can also cross-reference on our side. But I think I put it in the chat. There were some bug fixes. There was something that was wrong with the Esay CLA system, and they implemented bug fixes, which I think is what triggered that issue. As far as why there's a token that's issued by Luis that he didn't do, they're definitely looking into that for me. So I'm happy to provide a report of the findings once I get down to the bottom of it. I can report back to you all. I can just put it into the Slack channel, whatever you prefer.
Well, I'm interested in having it because we faced a lot of difficulties with what has been put in place recently.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going the good direction, but we all feel that we have to do it incrementally.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we are very well. We don't know currently the status of who signed the CLA, who didn't, and we feel like not a lot of legitimate developers already signed it. So we have to check first.
Yeah, I can generate a list of all of the people or companies that have signed it. And should I send that to you?
Yeah, please.
Okay, perfect. I can do that. That's easy. That's not a problem. What I would like to understand, and this will help us in moving forward with a better plan. Do you think there are people that have been merging without the CLA? Because in theory, the system shouldn't block most people from merging their requests unless they don't have one. So if all of these blockers came through, I'm just wondering how many people are out there merging their PRs that don't have one in place.
Honestly, I think most of the developers didn't sign it. We have to check. It will be very interesting to have the list from the Esay CLA tool. But and we also have to deal with the bot that we are using internally, Renovate being one of them, that are allowed to merge and to push some codes without, of course, signing any CLA because we are talking about bots.
Right.
So we have corner cases, but the first thing is really to check whether current developers are okay with the CLA enforcement and have signed the CLA. Not sure it's accurate currently.
Okay. Well, I'll get you that list. And that's a starting point. And then if you want, you and I can work together on making sure that I'll send you a list of the repos as well that we have. And then you can flag if there are repos where you don't think it's required, we don't have to require it. But if there are some that you absolutely want the enforcement in place, then we can work on a process on getting that implemented without affecting any of the work that has to be done.
Yeah, and we have to be very careful also on what we do until at least mid of June, because we like to tag 1.7 by mid of June. So we don't want to slow down anything before in that period of release.
Yep.
So we can start the work together
Okay.
and do the enforcement probably end of June, once everybody has reviewed the contributors from their company. Of course, I can manage the orange part with Guillaume, but everybody has to get involved in that story, because I don't know who is legitimate from Telecom Italia or from other companies.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a question. The possibility to be enabled to make a merge request is for each person. Is not enough that a company signed the Esay CLA. Then the single person has to be inserted as authorized developers, or the signing by the company enables all the users that have an account using the email of the company.
I think it depends. If they're making a contribution on behalf of the company, that's fine. If it's an individual contributor, then they need to sign their own. And I did see like blanket CLA signed by like Red Hat and different organizations in there. So we would have to just double check that the people that are contributing on behalf of those organizations are covered under that. But I think it would help just to draft a quick little process that you all can use. And that way you can share it with anyone that hasn't signed it, that needs to sign it. And we do have some of that documentation, just so that there's no questions moving forward on who needs to sign what.
Okay. So you will provide Yaril this information about
Yes.
the companies.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Any other comment on this topic? Okay, moving.
I'm sorry you all experienced this confusion. I'm still trying to understand the integration with the GitLab side. I'm used to working with GitHub, but like I said, I have a meeting today. We'll get down to the bottom of it, and then I'll work with you directly to make sure that we get this process in place after June.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Regarding the other point is that still remains open is to find a new leader for Workgroup 4 because Wamin Chen left Red Hat and is not anymore available to lead the workgroup. I don't know if you can help us, Yaril, in organizing a voting for finding the a person to lead the work group on how we can manage this point.
I think we briefly talked about this at the board meeting. I'm more than happy to help with an election for this. I don't have the working group meeting on my calendar. I don't think I ever did. So, if you want to point me, is that on Microsoft Teams? Or is it? I have to look. They're still trying to give me access to some things in PCC, but I'm more than happy to join that next meeting and talk to the community and just go over the election process, what we can do to find this replacement. I'm not sure if, because I haven't done this with you all, but would the different leaders be part of that, or would that strictly be on the working group 4 side?
I don't think that there is a precise rule for the definition of the work group leader, because I think that it usually it has been done inside the work group, but in this case I'm not sure that that has been discussed. But I will try to provide you the information about the next meeting and see how we can solve also this issue.
And I can join that meeting, but I could provide you with some best practices that are done with other projects and just provide my recommendations for that.
Okay, I think this could be useful.
Great. But yeah, if you can just at least send me the invitation for that meeting, that'd be great.
Okay, I verify with the participant because I'm not personally participating, but I will check who is participating and provide.
If you want to send me the contact name for someone that's part of that working group, I can reach out myself as well.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I think that's enough for the governance topic. We can move on work group 1.
Okay. So we still focus on 1.7. The plan is to release it by mid of June, as I already said. So one of the blocker has been merged, the possibility to upgrade to 1.35 and the support of Kubernetes 1.35 into Sylva. It's done, and now we focus on other priorities, but nothing that could potentially block the release. We still have one issue to fix that would be nice to have. It's about a rancher which is currently blocked into 2.13 because of an issue we are facing in our CI. It has been workarounded, so we can keep merging other stuff, but still we'd like to be able to move to an up-to-date version of Rancher and Rancher 2.14. So we discussed with Suzy on the issue we are facing to find for Suzy to find the fix in Rancher to overcome the situation. One thing that has been presented by Suzy as well yesterday during the Workgroup 1 meeting, it's about the Suzy Sylva flavor aligned with Suzy Telco Cloud product. As you may know, we were having we have a third-party integration group into Sylva that is hosting some Sylva flavors managed by other companies. We do have an OpenShift flavor managed by Red Hat, and today we do have a Suzy flavor managed by the Suzy team aligned with the Suzy Telco Cloud product. So, if you are interested in knowing what is Suzy Sylva flavor, you have some details in that repository, and of course Suzy developers are maintainers of that repository. Okay, if we do have questions about that, we have Jonas from Suzy with one of the maintainers of this repository. And just to remind that we do have a feature freeze date, the 28th of May. After this date, we will focus on stability and CI results in order to tag the GA of Sylva 1.7. One point that we were discussing yesterday, it's about KubeVirt clusters. We didn't have anyone from Telecom Italia yesterday.
Yes.
So we wonder if from your point of view, it still can be a tech preview feature in 1.7, or if you don't have time to discuss with core reviewers on what remains to be done in order for it to merge.
I think that we agreed that it could be considered as tech preview for 1.7. Antonio this week is traveling, so he cannot join, but he will be back on Monday, and I talked with him last week, and he told me that he was analyzing the comments and that he received on the merge request, but he was positive that it could be inserted in 1.7.
Okay.
I don't know if you see any blocking point for it, but from our point of view, it would be okay.
Not really. Some core developers made some comments that have to be addressed, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have time, especially if Antonio is available for having it as a tech preview in 1.7. And since it's not since we are talking about a tech preview feature, it won't be concerned by the feature freeze date. So we can merge it later. Still, we keep targeting mid of June for 1.7. So keep that in mind.
Okay, fine. In any case, I will talk with him on Monday, and I think he'll participate to the next Workgroup 1 meeting on Tuesday.
Great, thank you. And that's all for me.
Okay, any question, comment for Workgroup 1? If not, we can move to Workgroup 2. Guillermo?
Hey, hello, thank you, Carlo. Okay, so regarding Working Group 2, what it has been done since the previous meeting regarding the active validations, we have validated the Titanium platform number portability in TEF2 validation platform, and currently we are generating the validation report, so hopefully it's going to be ready on GitLab soon. About Juniper CNR validation in Aura 1 platform, we can say that the validation is almost completed. There are some topics pending. One of them is the final execution of the CNTI test suite. Currently, they are facing some little issues, but they are working together with the CNTI community to solve them soon. Moreover, we have 3 workloads that are in the backlog. They are pending to be validated, waiting for an available validation platform. They are the Mavenir telephony application server, SETI OVC, and the SRS Okudu. I guess that in a couple of weeks, or 3 or 4 weeks, we will start validating at least Mavenir 1 and maybe SETI 2. So as soon as we have some validation platforms available, we will contact with the vendors to schedule the kickoff meetings. And now going to flavor validation against the requirements from Sylva version 1.5. We can highlight this week that the Red Hat OKD flavor has been validated up to the 60%. And for this one, for Red Hat OKD and for Canonical Kubernetes, OpenNebula is developing the CAPI plugins to support the deployment of these Kubernetes distros on top of OpenNebula virtual machines. So once they are ready and they are published on the GitLab, we will test them to cover the flavor validation test that stand and that looks for this validation. Regarding the next action, one more point, sorry, to comment about flavor validation. We are progressing and reviewing the requirements from the following Sylva releases, in this case, the version 1.6. And in here, we are working with working group 1. Here we have Mathieu in the call. About some pending requirements regarding Velero, OpenBow, and GitOps referencing. Next week, we will have our next meeting on Monday, so I guess that we will discuss about them there too. And regarding the next action points, we will finish the validation of the Titanium number portability in TEF2, the validation of Juniper Cloud Native Router in Aura 1, and the idea is to complete the validation of Titanium number portability too, but in this case in TEF4 validation platform. This is because this workload is going to be the first one to be validated on 4 different validation platforms to cover all the different possibilities about the underlying infrastructure. It is going to be validated, as I have commented, in TEF2, which is based on OpenStack with Intel servers, in TEF4, which is a bare metal validation platform, in WhiteStack 1, which is another OpenStack, in this case based on AMD servers, and in 1.1, which is the OpenNebula validation platform that is based on OpenNebula System Infrastructure as a Service. So we are finishing it on TEF2, and we are starting this validation in TEF4. So hopefully during the following month, we will complete this one too. And of course, we are about to start this validation too in 1.1 in the OpenNebula validation platform. Yes, regarding flavor validation, I just have commented about what we are going to do next week. We are going to continue reviewing the Sylva 1.6 requirements, and we will continue developing the required scripts to continue validating the existing flavors and the new ones that comes in the future. And yeah, I think this is all from Working Group 2.
Thank you, Guillermo. Any question or comment? If not, we can move to work.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Guillermo. From work group 3, probably we don't have anyone because it is ongoing the security workshop. So I think that we will have the update on the results of the work of the workshop in the one of the next TSC, as I said before. So I think we can move. Well, on work group 4, we don't have any update. We can move to work group 5.
Ricardo,
Praveen,
yes. This side for.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry,
4.
Praveen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
I didn't see you.
Okay,
Please.
so I don't know whether because I joined late. So Yarle and you were talking about some sharing the invite for workgroup 4. If it is that workgroup 4, so I can send the invite.
Regarding the workgroup 4, I don't know if you were already in the call when we discussed with Yaril for the identification of a new leader, and the idea is if you can share with Yaril the invitation for the next meeting.
Okay.
She can join and propose some procedure or some best practice to find a new leader if you haven't already identified one inside the work group.
Okay, so yesterday we had a meeting. So after 2 weeks, we will have another meeting. So I will send the invite for the next meeting.
Okay, so you can get in touch with Yaril.
Okay, sure. Okay, so and related to the status, so we will continue on working on the release 2.0.0, and we are targeting to complete this release all the items by 24th June because we have the major items to finish. And we have anonymized some metrics column on the green dashboard, so actual data will not be visible if someone wants to see. And also related to the pushing strategy, initially, we were working on the pulling strategy, and we have changed the strategy from pulling to pushing, and it's working on the local environment, and we just need to integrate it on the centralized Thanos. And related to the EcoTrace API, we have given the authentication from the Orange developer site, and we have also run some API around it, and we are working and debugging some more APIs on it. And also Sip Prasad from AMD team. So he will present some work in the next call related to the GPU matrices, how we can fetch it from the Kepler. So he will present his work from AMD company. And related to the blog post, I think it is internally approved by Guillaume because it was raised by Philip. So I just wanted to know on the main Linux site that we are showing, so how I can post that article because it was internally approved by Guillaume. So how I can publish it, where I need to put that information to publish it on the main site. Do you have some information, Carlo?
Well, I think that is something that maybe we should be discussed with Yaril or Workgroup 5 on how to insert information on the website. Is this what you are proposing?
Yes, yes.
So Julie or Yaril, what is the best way to add some information on the website?
I'm not in charge of the website, so I can't answer the question.
I would definitely loop Jill Lovato, who works on the marketing side. Do you have her contact information? You can send her a quick message on Slack, and she could make whatever updates or recommendations, she could provide recommendations for the changes that you want made, but they handle that on the marketing side. I can also pass along the message if you'd like, but it's probably easier if you just connect directly with her.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, good. Any comment for Workgroup 4? Praveen, may I ask you if you can send me just a few lines with the update so I can add to the minutes?
Yeah, sure. I will do it after this meeting. Yeah.
Okay. Now we can move to Workgroup 5.
Yep. So on top of the security workshop that ended today, we have two major communication actions in progress. The first one is that we are preparing a press release with AMD about our Sylva validation lab, following up on the November 2025 publication. And second, we are about to launch the promotion for the Telco to Techco article by Philippe Ansarguet and DT. So because this is a major collaboration, we would like to push it on the Sylva side, of course. And on the logistics side, we have a project of new kakemono, which are roll-up banner So the Linux Foundation confirmed that providing the cost estimate for the new Kakemono is out of their scope, but we are still waiting from Jill and Yaril an email detailing the design and pricing options. Maybe it was sent, but I didn't receive it. And we are currently awaiting feedback on these options from the marketing team. So Yaril, if you could just maybe ping the marketing team or Jill to have news on the topic, because it's been quite some time and we need to move forward. And concerning the budget and payment, so payment has been approved and validated, and it will be directly handled by the community.
We can manage the payment, just so you know. We can pay for that. The community doesn't need to do that. It's actually the opposite. Jill and I can work with you on the graphics, and then if you have a vendor that you've used in the past or that you have locally, that's where we all need you to come up with pricing options, send us an invoice, and then we can process the payment.
Okay, I'm really confused because this was decided 1 month ago. So I think there was a confusion in the process, and it's also in the notes, in several notes that we have for the work group 5. So now that I know that, could you write us an email?
Yes, I'll confirm with Jill. I don't want to speak on her behalf. So I'll let her chime in. But I was under the impression that's what the process was going to be. So I don't know that she realizes that you're waiting for anything from her. So I'll start a chat with the three of us in the Slack channel, just so that we have that clarified, because we definitely do not want you waiting for us for anything. So I do think there's just a little bit of confusion on who was supposed to do what. But once we get that clarified, I'm confident there will be no blockers and we can get that done really quickly.
Okay, perfect. In the future, everything is in the notes, because, you know, we take notes during work group 5. So if you see that we are going in the wrong direction, because we've been waiting for more than 1 month, please let us know so that we don't lose time, because
I'll definitely let you know.
And frustrated.
Anything like graphics and that's all on the marketing side. So I'll talk to Jill and just make sure that we're both keeping track of those notes.
Okay. And plus, if you could tell her too that we also have a lot of opportunities for blog posts. It's been on the notes for quite some times now, and we haven't received any feedbacks. And so it's blocking the pipeline for the publication. So I really need to have an answer now. Again, it's in the communication and adoption meeting minutes, and I need it to be done.
Absolutely. I'll let her know for sure.
Okay.
I'm actually sending her a message right now.
Thank you very much. That's all for us.
Thank you, Julie. Any comment? Any further comment on workgroup 5? Okay, we can move to workgroup 6. Morgan. Yes.
Carlo. So on the work, make a new GitLab group called Canopy, and we start mirroring some components so that have been discussed in the working group 6 and can be used.
I think, Morgan, there is quite difficult to understand you.
Okay. So you have a microphone. So if I use a microphone directly from my machine, it's better?
I would say worse.
It's worse. Okay, so I have a problem with my mic. So it's not better.
Now it seems better. Yeah.
Okay, so let's try. So what I say is Magic create a subgroup under Sylva code. So this group is called Canopy, and we decided to mirror some elements that people can deploy on top of the cluster. So that kind of components that have been discussed in the working group 6. So the first components that have been mirrored are the sdc.io for the GitHub configuration and Istio for people who like to deploy an Istio component on top of a workload cluster. So I plan to discuss working group 6 because we have lots of other components, but I think it's important to focus on what is really needed and what people want to deploy on top of their workload cluster. So there's some documentation to be done also here. And the second topic is so the next meeting for the working group 6 is tomorrow, and the agenda is quite full. So two main topics. One is on lifecycle orchestration. It will be an external company called Quemby, which is based in South America, that will speak about the upgrade of Captain. There was a project initiated by Dina Trace, but they stopped massively contributing, but the project is still there. And Quemby, they made some development on that, and especially for free 5GT deployment and some proof of concept. They're working with DT as well for that. So they will explain us how we can manage project cost installation and how we can promote the workload we deploy in GitHub. So if you start deploying, I don't know, a 5G core in staging lab, how do you put in place some automatic promotion mechanisms to be able to move it up to production? It will be the first topic. And the second topic is about the hackathon we are trying to organize with the working group 2, usually. And here we will continue discussing on the perimeter. I invite some vendors, people from Nokia Ericsson, any people who are familiar or working with us on the workload are more than welcome to join. And Swisscom will make a short introduction of an operator that start working with Ericsson on MPN, so pricing on top of 5G. And DT also will make a new view. We are already in an introduction, but as they are also interested, they will share some views on existing operator on the site that would fit the hackathon we have in. So that's for the program for tomorrow, 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you, Morgan. The quality was not so good, but I hope that everybody was able to get the update. Any question or comment for Workgroup 6? Okay. So just remind that tomorrow there will be the workgroup meeting with the two topics just described by Morgan. Moving to workgroup 7, I don't have any update and I don't see book connected, so I don't think we have any update on workgroup 7. So we reached the end of the workgroups, and I think if there are no further items to be discussed, I think we can close the TSC meeting and see you in 2 weeks on the 3rd of June. So thank you all for your participation.
Thank you, Carlo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good day. Bye.
Bye-bye.